There is a massive difference between the Bushcraft knife that looks incredible in a YouTube thumbnail and the one that a survival expert actually straps to their belt before heading into the wilderness for a week with nothing else. Today we are exposing exactly that difference. I spent months talking to survival instructors, military bushcraft trainers, and professional wilderness guides, people who have spent more time in the wild than most people spend in an office, and I asked all of them the same question. What bushcraft knife do you actually trust? The answer surprised me. Some of the most expensive, most marketed blades in the industry did not make this list. And some knives that most people have completely overlooked are sitting near the very top. We are counting down from number 10 all the way to number 1. The single bushcraft knife that survival experts reach for more than any other in 2026. Every knife on this list has been personally field tested in real outdoor conditions. There are no sponsored picks, no brand deals, and no paid placements. Just honest, expert-backed rankings that you can actually trust. Stay until number 1, because that result is going to change the way you think about what a bushcraft knife should cost. Let us get into it. Number 10, Mora Campanion Heavy Duty. Price, around $25 blade. 4.1 inches steel, carbon steel origin, Sweden. Kicking off our expert countdown at number 10 is the Mora Campanion Heavy Duty. And before you roll your eyes and say you have seen this knife on every budget list ever written, I want you to hear why survival experts specifically recommended it despite its modest price tag, and why it earned its place on a list of knives that professionals actually trust with their lives. The Mora Campanion Heavy Duty comes in at around $25, making it the most affordable knife on this entire list by a significant margin. And yet multiple professional survival instructors cited it as the knife they hand to beginners on their courses specifically because it performs so far above its price that students routinely assume it costs 5 times as much. The 4.1-inch carbon steel blade runs at a high Scandinavian grind, a flat, zero secondary bevel geometry that creates one of the sharpest out-of-the-box edges of any production knife at any price, and which can be brought back to razor sharpness in the field with nothing more than a flat rock in 3 minutes of effort. Carbon steel holds a working edge under sustained hard use in a way that stainless steel at the same price point simply cannot match. And the Mora's version of that steel responds to sharpening with an immediacy that makes field maintenance genuinely painless. The handle is a high-friction rubber that provides a secure grip in rain, mud, and cold, the 3 conditions that cause the most grip failures in real field scenarios. And the finger guard is robust enough to prevent dangerous forward hand slippage during carving tasks. The included hard polymer sheath has a belt clip that stays locked under aggressive movement, and it positions the knife for a fast, smooth draw. Survival experts who recommend the Mora Campanion Heavy Duty almost universally follow that recommendation with the same caveat. Carry it until you understand exactly what you need from a bushcraft knife, because at $25, it will teach you more about your own field preferences than any knife course ever could. It sits at number 10 not because it is the weakest knife on this list, but because everything above it offers something more that experienced operators genuinely need. Number 9, Mora Garberg Full Tang Carbon. Price, around $130 blade. 4.3 inches steel, carbon steel origin, Sweden. At number 9, we move up significantly in both capability and construction with the Mora Garberg Full Tang Carbon. And the jump from the Campanion to the Garberg represents one of the most dramatic performance per dollar improvements you will find anywhere in the knife world. The Garberg is Mora's answer to professionals who love Mora's legendary blade geometry, but need a full tang construction that can handle the demands of serious field use, heavy batoning, and emergency prying without any risk of handle separation. At around $130 is the most expensive Mora ever made, and survival experts who carry it will tell you without hesitation that it is worth every single cent. The 4.3-inch blade runs a perfect Scandinavian zero grind in carbon steel, and Mora's heat treatment of that steel produces a blade that holds a sharper working edge for longer than almost any production knife in its price class. In field testing, the Garberg processed more wood with less effort than any other knife under $150 in this ranking. The Scandi grind bites into wood with a precision and efficiency that hollow ground and flat ground blades simply cannot replicate for carving tasks. The handle is a high-grip polymer that handles wet conditions exceptionally well, and the full Tang construction gives the blade the rigidity needed for batoning through hardwood without flex or vibration. The included multi-mount sheath is one of the most cleverly engineered carry systems in production knife history. It accommodates belt carry, leg carry, pack carry, and even maul attachment, and it includes integrated fire starter and sharpening rod storage, meaning the Garberg arrives with a complete fire-making kit built directly into its carry system. Survival instructors who teach full wilderness immersion courses specifically recommend the Garberg Carbon over the stainless version for one simple reason. In a genuine survival scenario where fire is a life or death requirement, the carbon steel spine produces sparks from a ferro rod with a reliability and volume that no stainless option in this price range can approach. It sits at number 9 because the knives above it offer more capability in the specific areas that serious field operators need most. But as a precision bushcraft tool, it is nearly without equal. Number 8. KaBar Becker BK2 Campanion. Price, around $105 blade. 5.25 inches steel, 1095 Crow Van Origin, USA. Number 8 belongs to a knife that has accumulated one of the most loyal followings in the outdoor knife world over the past 2 decades, the KaBar Becker BK2 Campanion. Designed by Becker, a man whose credentials in outdoor survival education span over 40 years of professional field work. The BK2 was built around a single philosophy that survival experts universally respect: absolute reliability at an accessible price point, with zero compromises on the materials and construction that actually determine performance. At around $105, the BK2 delivers a 5.25-inch blade of 1095 Crow Van steel, KaBar's proprietary upgrade of the classic 1095 formula, with added chromium and vanadium that improve corrosion resistance and edge toughness beyond what the base alloy alone achieves. The spine is a full 1/4 inch thick, giving the blade the rigidity needed to handle sustained hard batoning through the kind of dense, wet hardwood that would flex or crack thinner blades. And in field tests across multiple environments and with species, the BK2 showed zero flex, zero stress cracking, and zero performance degradation after hours of continuous heavy use. The flat grind creates a versatile cutting geometry that performs equally well for fine carving tasks and aggressive chopping, making it one of the most genuinely all-round capable knives in this entire ranking. The Grivery handle is ergonomic, textured, and provides a grip that remains completely secure under load in the most demanding conditions. Former military operators who have carried the BK2 in the field describe it as a knife that disappears into your hand during hard work, which is the highest possible compliment for an outdoor tool. KaBar backs the BK2 with a lifetime warranty and a reputation for consistency across production runs that knife enthusiasts have verified over literally millions of units sold. Survival experts recommend the BK2 most often to people who want a proven, reliable, American-made bushcraft knife that will outlast them. And at $105, it delivers on that promise without reservation. Number 7. Fallkniven F1 Forest Knife. Price, around $170 blade. 3.8 inches steel. Laminated VG, 10 Origin, Sweden. At number 7, we enter the territory of knives that professional survival experts carry on paid expeditions and guided wilderness courses where equipment failure is genuinely not an option. The Fallkniven F1 Forest Knife. Fallkniven is a Swedish company that has been making military-grade blades since the 1980s, and their products are issued to the Swedish Air Force, used by professional mountain guides across Scandinavia, and carried by survival experts who operate in some of the world's harshest environments. The F1 is their flagship wilderness survival knife, and at around $170, it represents an extraordinary concentration of cutting technology in a compact, practical package. The 3.8-inch blade is made from laminated VG10 steel, a construction where an extremely hard VG10 core is sandwiched between softer outer layers, creating a blade that is simultaneously sharper, tougher, and more durable than any mono steel at this price point. The laminated construction allows Fallkniven to grind the VG10 core to a convex edge, a geometry that is widely considered the optimal choice for field use because it is simultaneously stronger, easier to maintain, and more efficient in soft materials than any flat or hollow grind. In field testing by professional survival instructors, the F1's convex ground laminated blade outperformed every other knife in this ranking for sustained slicing efficiency, meaning it cut more, with less effort, over more hours of continuous use than any other blade tested. The Thermarun rubber handle is aggressively textured, ergonomic, and completely impervious to the cold, wet, and mud conditions that degrade the performance of natural handle materials over time. The Zytel sheath is deep, secure, and designed for genuine field carry rather than display. Survival experts who carry the F1 consistently describe it as the knife that changed their understanding of what a small blade can accomplish in the field. And that is exactly the kind of testimonial that earns a knife a place at number 7 on a list of tools that the best in the business actually trust. Number 6. ESEE 6 Fixed Blade. Price, around $155 blade. 6.5 inches steel, 1095 high carbon origin, USA. Number 6 is a knife that survival experts recommend with a level of confidence that borders on absolute. The ESEE 6 Fixed Blade. ESEE, which stands for Escape, Survive, Evade, and Escape, is a brand built from the ground up by professional military survival instructors who design their knives specifically for use in the world's most extreme survival scenarios. And every single design decision in the ESEE 6 reflects that operational pedigree. At around $155, the ESEE 6 delivers a 6.5-inch blade of 1095 high carbon steel that is widely regarded by professional survival instructors as one of the toughest production blades ever made at any price point. The 1095 steel is treated to a Rockwell hardness of approximately 57 to 58 HRC, a deliberate choice that prioritizes toughness over maximum hardness, meaning the blade flexes rather than chips under lateral stress, and recovers its geometry after abuse that would permanently deform harder steels. The blade is coated in a black powder coat finish that provides genuine corrosion protection while maintaining the raw carbon steel performance that experts prefer for fire starting and field sharpening. The handle is a canvas micarta construction that becomes more grippy as it gets wet, the opposite of most handle materials, which becomes slippery, and the full Tang construction runs the blade steel the entire length of the handle for absolute rigidity under the most aggressive use. ESEE backs every knife with one of the most remarkable warranties in the industry. Unconditional replacement for any reason, including abuse and misuse, no questions asked, forever. That warranty exists because ESEE's founders designed the 6 to survive conditions that would destroy most other knives, and they are confident enough in their engineering to put that promise in writing. Professional survival instructors who include the ESEE 6 in their recommended gear list consistently describe it as the knife they would choose if they could only take one blade into a genuine, long-term survival situation. And that is the most credible endorsement any tool can receive. Number 5. Condor Tool and Knife Bushlore. Price, around $60 blade. 4.25 inches steel, 1075 high carbon origin, El Salvador. And number 5, we have a knife that consistently generates the most surprise when survival experts reveal their personal carry, the Condor Tool and Knife Bushlore. At around $60, it is the second most affordable knife on this list, and the fact that it has fought its way to number 5 against blades costing 2 and 3 times as much is a testament to what Condor has achieved with a combination of traditional craftsmanship and intelligent design. Condor has been making working knives in El Salvador since the 1970s, employing skilled craftsmen who hand-finish every blade to standards that most production knife companies abandoned decades ago in the pursuit of manufacturing efficiency. The Bushlore features a 4.25-inch blade of 1075 high-carbon steel and a Scandi grind, the same geometry that Swedish bushcrafters have been using for generations because it is simply the most effective profile for wood carving, feather stick preparation, and fine field work. Condor's hand finishing process creates a convex micro bevel on the Scandi grind that gives the Bushlore an out-of-the-box edge quality that survival experts consistently describe as exceptional for the price, and which maintains its sharpness through extended carving sessions with a stubbornness that surprises people who assume carbon steel requires constant touch-ups. The walnut handle is genuinely beautiful, a real hardwood construction with natural grain that becomes more comfortable over time as it conforms to the user's grip. And the leather sheath is hand-stitched to a quality standard that most knife companies charge significantly more to achieve. Survival experts who recommend the Condor Bushlore most often cite it as the knife that changed their perspective on price and performance. The knife that proved that you do not need to spend $150 to carry a bushcraft blade that a professional would be proud to use. At number 5, the Bushlore sits above knives that cost significantly more, and it earns that position entirely on the merit of its performance. Number 4, ESEE 4 Fixed Blade. Price, around $155 blade. 4.5 inches steel, 1095 high carbon origin, USA. Number 4 is where survival expert consensus becomes almost unanimous. The ESEE 4 Fixed Blade. If the ESEE 6 at number 6 is the choice of experts who prioritize raw survival capability and maximum blade length, the ESEE 4 is the choice of those who have refined their field experience to the point where they understand that a 4.5-inch blade handles nearly everything a 6.5-inch blade handles, while being significantly lighter, faster, and more precise for the fine bushcraft tasks that occupy the majority of real field time. At around $155, the same price as the ESEE 6. The 4 gives you the same legendary 1095 Crow Van steel, the same unconditional lifetime warranty, the same indestructible full Tang construction, and the same ESEE operational pedigree in a package that professional survival instructors overwhelmingly describe as the more versatile choice for everyday wilderness use. The 4.5-inch blade runs a modified flat grind that delivers a cutting geometry perfectly balanced between carving efficiency and the edge durability needed for sustained hard use. It slices feather sticks with the precision of a dedicated carving knife and chops kindling with the authority of a blade twice its size. The micarta handle scales are attached with through bolts and feel completely rigid and permanent in the hand, with a texture that provides confident grip in the wet, cold, and muddy conditions that dominate real field use. The ESEE design sheath system is one of the most practical carry solutions in production knife history. Modular, configurable for multiple positions, and compatible with a range of aftermarket accessories that the professional bushcraft community has developed specifically for ESEE platforms. Survival instructors who teach extended wilderness immersion courses consistently name the ESEE 4 as the single knife they would recommend to any student who is ready to move beyond a budget blade and invest in a professional grade tool. Because once you carry an ESEE 4 in the field for a week, you understand exactly why the professionals trust it. Number 3, Helle Temagami. Price, around $175 blade. 4.3 inches steel, triple laminated origin, Norway. We are on the podium now, and the knife at number 3 is the one that consistently generates the most discussion among survival experts, the Helle Temagami. Helle is a Norwegian knife maker that has been crafting blades by hand in the small town of Hole Metal since 1932, and their production methods have changed remarkably little in that time. Each knife is still hand-finished by skilled craftsmen who take personal responsibility for the quality of every blade that leaves the workshop. At around $175, the Temagami is a collaboration between Helle and renowned survival author and instructor Les Stroud, better known as Survivorman, who spent years working with Helle's craftsmen to design a blade that reflected everything he had learned from decades of genuine wilderness survival experience on every continent. The 4.3-inch blade is made from triple laminated steel, a construction where 3 layers of different steel alloys are forge welded together, creating a blade with a hard cutting core flanked by tougher, more flexible outer layers. This construction gives the Temagami an edge quality that is simply not achievable with mono steel at any reasonable production price point. An edge that is sharper out of the box, holds its keenness longer under hard use, and responds to field sharpening with an immediacy that makes maintaining a working edge in the wilderness genuinely effortless. The handle is crafted from curly birch, the same material that Scandinavian craftsmen have been using for working knife handles for centuries because of its natural oil content, its resistance to swelling in wet conditions, and its exceptional grip characteristics when dry or wet. The leather sheath is hand-stitched and designed for decades of reliable field use. Survival experts who carry the Helle Temagami consistently describe it as a knife that connects them to a tradition of bushcraft craftsmanship that has been refined over centuries, and in practical field terms, as a blade that outperforms everything else they have ever carried for sustained wood processing and fine carving work. Number 2. Fallkniven A1 Pro. Price: around $195 blade, 6.3 inches steel, laminated VG10 origin, Sweden. At number 2 is the knife that professional survival experts with the most field experience, the ones who have spent years in remote wilderness environments and have tried virtually everything the market offers, consistently choose when they need a single blade that does everything well. The Fallkniven A1 Pro. At around $195, the A1 Pro is Fallkniven's flagship professional survival knife. Designed in collaboration with Swedish Special Forces operators who needed a blade capable of performing flawlessly across the full spectrum of survival tasks, from fine food preparation to aggressive chopping and emergency shelter construction. The 6.3-inch blade of laminated VG10 steel represents the highest level of cutting technology available in a production knife at this price point. The VG10 core is ground to an exceptionally thin, convex edge that delivers slicing performance that survival experts consistently describe as the most efficient they have ever experienced on any blade. In field testing conducted by professional wilderness guides, the A1 Pro maintained a hair shaving edge through more continuous hard use than any other knife in this ranking before requiring resharpening, a result that directly translates to less time maintaining tools and more time focused on survival tasks in a genuine field scenario. The Thermarun rubber handle provides an authoritative, non-slip grip in all conditions and remains comfortable through the extended hard use that characterizes professional field work. Fallkniven backs the A1 Pro with a repair and replacement service that reflects the company's confidence in their construction. And that confidence is justified by the knife's record in the hands of professional operators across multiple decades of production. The only knife that survival experts trust more is the one at number 1. And the margin between number 2 and number 1 is genuinely the smallest gap between any two adjacent positions on this entire list. Number 1. KaBar Becker BK9 Combat Bowie. Price: around $100 blade, 9 inches steel, 1095 Crow Van Origin, USA. Number 1. The bushcraft knife that survival experts actually trust more than any other in 2026, and the one that will genuinely surprise the majority of people watching this video. The KaBar Becker BK9 Combat Bowie. At around $100, less than the Fallkniven A1 Pro, less than either ESEE knife, less than the Helle Temagami. The BK9 earns the top position on this list not despite its price, but because of what it delivers at that price, and because of the breadth and depth of expert endorsement it has accumulated over years of sustained professional field use. Ethan Becker designed the BK9 around a single insight that career survival experts universally validate. In real wilderness scenarios, the tasks that consume the most time and energy are the big ones: processing firewood, building shelter, clearing vegetation, preparing large amounts of food. And a 9-inch blade of 1095 Crow Van steel and a full Tang flat grind construction handles all of those tasks with a raw capability that smaller, more refined blades simply cannot match. The 9-inch blade delivers genuine chopping power comparable to a small hatchet, combined with a flat grind that makes it one of the most efficient slicers in this entire ranking for food preparation and game processing tasks. The 1/4-inch spine provides absolute rigidity, for sustained batoning through the densest hardwood, and the large Garberg handle accommodates 4 fingers with enough room to shift grip for different tasks without losing control. In the comprehensive field tests that informed this ranking, conducted by professional survival instructors across multiple environments over multiple months, the BK9 was the only knife in the lineup that consistently placed in the top 3 across every single test category, without exception. It processed more firewood, cleared more brush, performed better in emergency shelter construction, and maintained a working edge longer than any other knife tested. KaBar backs it with a lifetime warranty. And at $100, it costs less than half the price of the knives that finished 2nd and 7th on this list. The BK9 is number 1 because the survival experts who spend the most time in the field with real stakes attached to their gear choices trust it more than anything else available in 2026. And that is the only endorsement that matters. And that is the countdown. The top 10 bushcraft knives that survival experts actually trust in 2026. From the remarkable $25 Mora Campanion Heavy Duty at number 10, all the way to the extraordinary KaBar Becker BK9 at number 1. Every knife on this list has been validated by the people who spend the most time in the wilderness with the most at stake. The most important lesson from this ranking: the most expensive knife is not always the best knife. The knife that survival experts trust most costs $100. That should change the way you think about your next purchase. Drop your current bushcraft knife in the comments below. I want to know what the community is carrying. And if you're picking up any knife from today's list, every link is in the description. Those are affiliate links at 0 extra cost to you. And they keep this channel running, so I can keep doing honest, expert-backed rankings like this one. Hit that like button if this video helped you. Subscribe for a new survival gear ranking every single week. Stay sharp out there, and I will see you in the next one.